Greetings and adventurers, good day and welcome in. How's it going, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day. Sorry for the delay, by the way. I was just doing a few things before stream, but we're here now. It is an art stream today, so we will be drawing some of the RAVALLUM mascots in a few different styles, or we'll see how it goes. But how's it going, guys? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I also, I got my hair cut today. I would say it went mostly well. Did we do good? It was... Okay, the front looks good. I feel like the back was a bit flat. So, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to somehow get it, at least, like, I'm happy with the front of it and the sides and everything. It's just the back. I'm like, should I like get it redone for the back? Not sure, but you know what? Overall, still a decent haircut. Definitely not a bad haircut. Yeah. We're just getting used to the length of scissors when we use two swords. How would you rate it? If you don't include the back, I would rate it like an 8.5. If you include the back as well, maybe like a 7. Once again, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's definitely could be a bit better if I go touch up the back or something. But you know what? Still looks good. Yeah. It's okay. And Zennies can pull out the scissors again. True. Don't worry, it'll grow out again soon. I feel like it's a bit of the opposite. Like, the back is a bit too, like, flat in terms of, like, I feel like they didn't really layer it properly and stuff, so it's a bit flat. So I feel like they would have to instead of growing it out, they'd have to take a little bit more off so that you know, it has more texture and stuff. But yeah, how's everyone's weekend been? Alright, adventurers, tell me, how has your weekend been? What have you guys been up to so far? Tomorrow, another Zentra haircut session. The thing is, if I do go to go get it touched up or something at the back, I think I have to wait a few days as well, because I do get perms when I cut my hair and stuff. You can't really wash your hair for 2 days as well. So I must have to wait a few days before I can get anything redone or anything. Meeting up with a friend tomorrow? You guys have friends? That's crazy. Alright, stop flexing on me. Alright, just because I live alone in a cardboard box, you don't have to flex on me like that. Worked from 8 AM to 1 PM and napped. Ooh, I hope you had a good nap. Hope you're feeling good after your nap as well. Ooh, you won a competition. Congrats on whatever competition you won as well. Oh, you bought a bicycle. You can bike and... is it like a... What is the different kind of... Is it like one of those... like, bikes with the super thin, like, you know, the professional bikes with the thin wheels, or is it like just those kind of ones that you can ride casually and, you know, to the store or something? And Kai, thank you so much for the 5 months of friendship. Welcome back. My birthday was the 11th, and I sorely missed our Stinky. I'm not Stinky. Don't worry, I dried my tears with my standee and watched VODs to sit myself while Happy birthday, Kai, for the 11th. I hope you had a good birthday. Hope you had a lot of fun, got spoiled as well. But yeah. I feel like I'm not sure how easy it's to dry your tears with a standee. They don't really absorb much moisture. Maybe a puppy is easier. Maybe a puppy will be easier for that. In the future, at least. It's a foldable... Wait, a foldable bike? How much does it fold? A foldable bike? I wonder how small it actually gets. That's kind of cool, though. I did my best without my puppy yet. I'll use his little hands to dry all future tears. There's bikes that fold? Apparently there is. Well, that's kind of cool though. Ooh, it's kind of cold, so I'm drinking nice warm jasmine tea. It's nice. Foldable bikes. You know what? I'm gonna quickly check. I wanna Google this. Foldable bike. What does a foldable bike look like? Oh. Okay, so is it the one that bends, like folds in half? Like halfway through, you just kind of, almost like a book. Fold it so the two wheels are touching, is that the one? They look like normal. Oh yes it does. Okay, okay, I see it. Okay. I see. Guess that kind of looks convenient. Are folding bicycles less common? I guess so. I feel like definitely in the down underworld, I don't really see bikes as much. I feel like, you know, back when I was a young Oni, there used to be everyone had a bike. There was bikes everywhere. Now, there definitely still are bikes, but definitely not as much as what I saw before. So I don't really see too many. I feel like most of the bikes I do see are like Uber Eats drivers or something. There's a few Uber Eats people with like the electronic kind of motorized bikes. I can stick one of my extra Altus Papes on the bike. Yes, take the Altus Pape on many adventures as well. It kind of reminds me, I felt like the last time I really was biking a lot was it was a very long time ago when I went to the Baruda before being summoned by the Dark Overlords. Yeah, I was in Japan and me and my friend we rented bikes. Actually, we got one of our Japanese friend helped us to rent some bicycles because we stayed there for like, I think we were staying in Japan for like a month at that time, just as like a fun little holiday thing back when I was in the Oni University. So like, you know, during the break we're like, you know what, let's go to Japan for like a month. And so we went there, but you know, to get around easier, our Japanese friends like, you know what, I will help you guys rent bikes for a whole month so that you can get around. But what my Japanese friend didn't tell us is that we had to travel about, I think it was about 40 minutes It was about 40 minutes by train to get to the station or the store that like would pick up our bikes from. And so we went there. We went 40 minutes to go get our bikes, and then after that, after we picked them up, we're like, oh wait, we can't really take them on the trains, especially not in Japan. And since, you know, seeing how crowded it is, so we're gonna have to ride our bikes home. We're gonna have to like ride it all the way back. And this was in the era like, okay, you know, I'm ancient, as you know. And so back then, it wasn't as easy to get like a SIM or like an eSIM or kind of, you know, just like data for your phone. You know, there's still Wi-Fi and stuff, but pretty much what I did was at the store that we picked up the bikes, I had to connect to the Wi-Fi. I went to Google Maps, and then I pretty much had to screenshot the whole map each way. Screenshot each part of the map all the way back to our where we were staying. And so me and my friend, he was like, because he's from what at that time as well, I think he didn't bring his phone with him because, like, you know, a lot of times back then as well, when you bring, you know, phones from other countries to Japan, they don't really work. At least back then. I mean, I was still using mine to connect to Wi-Fi and stuff, so we had to rely on my my Google Maps screenshots. But the only thing is, with that, because it's not like technically GPS, you know, you can't really see where you are on the map. We just have to kind of, I just have to keep looking at the map and like the shapes of everything and like, okay, I hope we're going the right way. You know, and it took us like 3 hours to bicycle all the way back to where we were staying. But honestly, that was a super fun experience. It was like just getting to see like the whole city and everything. And this was in Osaka as well. So yeah. It was a really fun time though. It was in Osaka, and it was also I think it was the first time that we went to the Buruda. Or that I went to the Buruda. So I was just like, I hope I don't get us lost. And to me, I feel like a lot of the Japanese, like, for the street names and everything, it's very different to the Down Underworld. It's not just like names of streets. All of them have like numbers and odd, I don't know. It was kind of hard to read. So literally, I just had to look at the map and look at like the streets and the shapes of the streets and everything, to make it back instead of trying to read road signs or anything. So yeah, that was kind of a challenge, but yeah, I felt like that was the last time. That trip was the last time I really rode a bike, because I don't think I've really, even though that was so long ago, haven't really ridden a bike since then, because I haven't really owned a bike since then. But thank God I'm pretty good at reading maps. Thank God I didn't get us lost. I feel that may have traumatized you. Honestly, not really. It was such a nice ride through through Osaka. So, you know, it was a fun experience. And, you know, I would like to say that I'm pretty good with directions as well. And we got back, so yeah. So that was you could wade through a sewer and you'd still somehow find it a fun experience. I'm not sure about going through a sewer, but you know, I feel like I got a good sense of direction. I rarely ever get lost, and if I do, I can normally find my way quite easily if I just walk around a little bit. But yeah, that kind of brought back memories when I thought about a bike. You'd be like, I was with my friends, we had fun, we all cracked jokes, what a fun adventure. Well, yeah, I didn't expect it to be a 3-hour bike ride, not gonna lie. I thought, you know, when my friend said it was like 40 minutes away, I thought they meant like 40 minutes away by bike. So I kind of thought that like the train ride would be a lot shorter. Like a 10-minute train ride and then a 40-minute bike. It was kind of a 40-minute train ride then a 3-hour bike. Were your legs okay after that? Honestly, it's not like we were racing or anything. It was kind of like a nice chill pace and everything. So I don't think we were... I can't remember. It was very long ago. But yeah. Pretty sure my legs were okay. Are you late? No, you're not late. We're just getting started as well. I started stream half an hour late as well, so you're good. Opposite of me, I'm so bad with directions I could get lost in a phone booth. Glad you two made it back safely. My legs hurt after hearing that. Did your butt get sore? Are you the type to stand on bikes to pedal? I mean, we don't always... I can sometimes stand, but mostly I'm just sitting down. It was not like, you know, it was kind of a comfy bike as well. It wasn't like those bikes with like, not like the racer bikes or anything. So it was okay. Did you have to ride back for 3 hours to return the bike? Thankfully, no. Thankfully, back then, at the very end of our stay after the 1 month, my Japanese friend's dad, he had a van and he picked up the bikes for us. So we did not have to ride it all the way back. Yeah. we got a bit of help there. So yeah, thank God. Thank God for that. Bikes are a workout for me, it's hard sometimes. Honestly, it was a lot of fun having the bikes for that month. I feel like it's very convenient to have a bike in Japan. They definitely make it quite bike friendly to just get around everywhere. You know, we literally just took our bikes anywhere we wanted to go. We would just go explore everywhere on our bikes. But yeah, that has definitely been a while. Alright, anyway, I think we should get started with some Alright, let me find... Where's my... Okay, so for today, I don't think I'll get through all of the RAVALLUM mascots. We'll maybe make this a series depending on how it goes. If everyone has fun, we can keep drawing them. But what I was thinking of is, you know, we can draw the mascots a few different ways, but I think it'd be fun to maybe start with like a Pokemon-ish style. Or like, you know, that kind of Pokemon, Digimon, those kind of styles. And then we can kind of go from there and see how it goes. But I think one fun thing that we could do as well is oh, and Ken, thank you so much for the X number of months. 5 months, there we go. Thank you for the 5 months of friendship. Welcome back. Alright. Not me immediately thinking of intense manga style with crosshatching shade. Yeah, at first, I think what I'm gonna do is we'll go through some of the mascots, and then you guys can maybe tell me what kind of Pokemon you think they resemble the most. You know, we can have a few different answers, then maybe I can search them up and use that as a loose reference or inspiration and try like redraw the mascots in that kind of style. So yeah, maybe something like that. Could be a lot of fun as well. Alright, you know what, we'll go Ravenous first. Wait, are we going to get... Do we want to do Ravenous? Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll do Ravenous first and then I'm gonna do RAVALLUM after. Or should we do 1-1? Spin a wheel. Gotcha wheel. Alright. Would you do different evolutions? Perhaps we could do different evolutions in the future as well. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how much time we'll be spending on each mascot. I guess we'll have to see that. Yeah. Could do anything. Now you first because it was his birthday. True. I guess we could okay, let's do Nayu first. And then we'll do the Nebulas first. So you know what? For today, I don't know how many we'll do, but our first target can be we'll do the Nebbies. And then we'll do the Cinder Buns. I had Mlem's stream on before. While I was working and stuff. I think he said he did want me to draw the Cinder Buns as well. So you know, we'll do Nebbies then Cinder Buns, then we'll figure out what comes after that. But for now, alright, for the Nebulas, for the Nebbies guys, okay, any Pokemon fans out there? What's a Pokemon you think it would be kind of similar to? What kind of Pokemon resembles the is closest to the Nebulas? They exactly like Lickitung, Trico. Alright, let me okay, I can see the kind of Trico. Gonna be vlogging since busy today, no problem. Oh, good. I hope your work is good as well. Like a Scraggy. What is a Scraggy? Oh. That's kind of cute. What is this Pokemon? I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon before. From their form, they kind of remind me of a Krogunk. Krogunk. Oh. You know what? I feel like these are all kind of okay. Baxcalibur's first form. I do not know all these Pokemon. Baxcalibur. First form. First evolution? Oh. What is that? Alright, I'm discovering a lot of new Pokemon as well. Are we wanting to make them look cute or make them badass by being Garchomp? I feel like we'll make them... For the mascots, I think they're cute. In the future, maybe we can continue the series by doing like evolutions for them as well. Where we kind of will start making them look a bit more badass. But since they're like... I feel like all of the mascots are kind of first evolution. We'll focus on them being kind of cute. Will you just draw them as Pokemon? Yes, I would draw them as like, you know, give them kind of the Pokemon-ish or like, you know, doesn't have to be exactly Pokemon, but like kind of if they were kind of in the Pokemon world, how would they look if we could like change a few things up as well. Alright, you know what? Let me also find... I can't put the actual Pokemon. Don't think I can put the Pokemon references on stream, but I can put the Nebula reference on stream so everyone can see it, so we can refer to it. Alright, 1 second. Where is... Alright, here. Scroll down. Oh. What is the Nebula reference sheet? Is it here? Oh, there it is. I found it. Alright, there we go. Found the Nebula reference sheet. Alright. Nebulas. Oh, that's... Just put it there for reference. Alright. I don't know anything about Pokemon, that's okay. You can just enjoy watching the stream as well. You don't have to worry if you don't know stuff about Pokemon. There's a lot of things about Pokemon I don't know either. Alright. I think they're like... Okay, everyone's saying the Licky Tongue as well. Licky Tongue and... like a Trico. Okay, I can see where the Licky Tongue comes in. Alright. Can definitely see the... I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this scraggy Pokemon. It's kind of cute. Yeah, what about the Sobble? Sobble sounds familiar. Oh, Sobble. This one as well. Okay. Alright. Let me just get a few references out. Whooper. Alright. Man. I did not have a lot of space to put all of these. You know what? I got it. I can use my note app and just paste the photos there. So I have some place where they all are. Alright. One second, guys. Let me just get a bunch of references. Trico is technically a gecko. That is true, I think. I mean, the name implies that it's a gecko, right? Right, we got this, then we got a Trico. Alright, there we go. I got all my references to look at. Yeah. Alright, there we go. I got a bunch of references. My Pokemon knowledge only really goes up to, you know, so only like 400. I mean, my Pokemon knowledge only goes up to, Ruby Sapphire. So, you know, whatever, however many Pokemon that is. Alright, let's see. How am I going to make this? There's so many, can we catch them all anymore? I mean, you can catch all of them in the particular region, right? Alright, just looking at the... Let's just do a basic proportions. Maybe something like that. Then the tail as well. Alright. I feel like just to emphasize, I might do the tail a bit bigger as well. Just because it seems like a lot of Pokemon have very big tails. And maybe just so that it can kind of stand out a bit more. Have their tail. Okay, that's a general shape. Alright, let me see. I feel like a lot of Pokemon, if I'm looking at it, a lot of their legs kind of have this kind of circles to it. And then either has some kind of feet or just a nail or something coming out of it. A bit like that. That's a very, from what I've seen at least, a very common design. Alright. Might kind of copy that as well. Something similar. Give it these circles. The real question is, would Nebbies the Pokemon be edible? I don't think we're going to discuss eating the, you know, eating the mascots. We already had the Pokemon discussion one. I wonder if okay, since Nebbies are kind of like geckos, right? As well. Is Nebula a gecko? I think it's like a gecko. So I guess maybe we can give it some kind of feet. I'm not sure we want to give them toes like a gecko where it's kind of those rounded toes. Or we want to keep it more simple and have it just a bit more basic. Alright, this is just a sketch anyway. We will see. There's a few different ways we could give them the I feel like it's still going that way. The toes. You know what? I might add them in later. We'll see how it goes. Like a Nuzleaf? What is a Nuzleaf? All these Pokemon names I don't even know. Oh. Wait, I think I've seen this Pokemon before. Okay. It's a bit more. Maybe something like that now. For now. We can change it up. Alright. The hands as well, very... I guess the hands are pretty much just... something like that. Okay, you know what? Let's define the shape a bit more. I feel like this can be maybe a bit more like this shape. This connects. A bit more like that. You know, for the tail, I might make it kind of have a little dip down first before it goes up. Almost like a... Alright, okay, I like that almost has this little circle on top of that as well. Sometimes when Pokemon have tiny, tiny arms, I really wonder how they'd pick themselves up if they fell down. Or how they eat. Just think of, I don't know, think about how a T-Rex would do it, you know? I guess that's good. I feel like the Rhizours. Alright. Guess we can make this a little bit bigger. I feel like this can be also a little bigger here to make it look a little cuter. They just rock like a turtle and flip themselves over. True. Okay, so for a Nebby, I think one thing they definitely have is like that little bump on top of their head. That's definitely a feature that they have. Alright. Oh, they do have necklaces as well of this kind of stuff. Is that a flower? I guess it's kind of like a flower. Let me just check. Oh, it is a flower. Okay, it is a cute little flower. Alright, cool. I thought it was a color. It is, it's like a necklace, but like, I mean, the little pendant here is like a flower. Alright, let me just make this a little bigger. Alright. Alright, Pokemon eyes. Guess if it's a little like how the licky tongue is. Alright, let me put that a bit smoother. It's that face is 100% derpy. It's cute though. Alright, how would I do the tongue kind of sticking out? I guess I would also have to we'll see. Alright, it's almost like a licky tongue, but I guess not as alright. Guess this would start further back. Alright. Bring this in a little bit. And then they got their little, it's like a little drop at the edge of their tongue. Alright. Like he kind of frog-like. True. At the moment, a little bit. I guess it does have the... That too should be higher. Maybe. Something off about this. I guess I'll try figure it out afterwards. Maybe I need to put the eyes. For Pokemon eyes, there's a few different ways. I guess like there's the eye within the eye. There's just the normal eye with a shine in it. There's eye with a smaller eye. The Ditto eye. It's a Ditto. Maybe not that one. Trying to look at how maybe like circles, but with the this kind of eye. That's kind of very Pokemon-ish. Oops, I did this on the same. Alright, I feel like I definitely want to change it up a little bit to make it cuter. At the moment, still, maybe it's something with proportions as well. Gonna create the extra bump there. Alright, how do I make this? Is it? Not sure whether there's something to do with the legs. Let me bring this up. Alright, welcome in, Cloudy. Is it the legs? Let me just see. I could... Maybe it is. I feel like we can do something cuter with the legs or something. Or maybe they start higher. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there's something I feel like I could change a little bit to make it feel a little bit more right. That's what I'm gonna do here is add the flower. Could maybe move that up slightly. Alright, instead of a full necklace, I might just give it like something like it was part of the actual Nebi. I guess it does have these kind of patterns on its hands. You know what? I know for this one, it does, this pattern does kind of get like there, but on here, what I see here, it almost just looks like cheeks here. So maybe I could just take that. And give it like a cute cheek kind of pattern. Like that.
Snatches?
I love how we've kept the Nebbies doing the little blip. Well, thank you for the posture check, everybody. Stretch. Alright. Might as well hydrate as well. Yeah, I feel like the Nebby blip is kind of iconic. We can't really take it away. Let's play with these proportions a little bit. Do we want to... What if we gave the Nebbies fingers or something? I feel like a lot of Pokemon have at least some kind of fingers when you look at them. Oh, and Willow, thank you so much for the gifted fishy as well. Here's your head pats, yosh yosh. If you got a gifted fishy from Willow, please remember to thank them and take your fishies on walks every single day. Alright, you know what? I feel like that kind of works. Maybe we can do something similar here with the... Okay, that's kind of cute. I think it kind of works. I don't want to make the design too overly complicated though, so I guess we can just kind of figure out what's on here as well. It kind of looks like it's just kind of like this pattern, right? I feel like that'd be easier to show if I add some color afterwards for it, instead of trying to sketch it out. To be honest, almost kind of like Licky Tongue's tail, not tail, like stomach marks. Right. Maybe something like that for the mark. Alright, wait, how does Polytoad look like again? Polytoad. Oh, guess a little similar as well. Might squish the head down a little bit. Just a silly throw. Well, I mean, okay, you know what? For this one as well, we can kind of give it more of a shape like that. And then I guess this just follows. What's a cuter way we can do this? Maybe something like this might sort of work. Alright, that's I feel like that's I mean, I feel like Nebbies especially definitely already look quite similar to Pokemon. So I feel like this kind of works quite well. Don't have to really change them too much for them to look like this. Alright. You know what, we'll quickly do this one. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. Let's just, you know what? I do want to add some color to it, so I am gonna quickly do some line art for it as well. Alright, you can kind of see as well. When I do line up for stuff, I always kind of just rotate in, flip in, and everything, just to see what angle works the best for what I'm going to, what stroke I'm gonna do as well. Alright. I feel like this is not as balanced. Alright. There we go. I want to make this a little bit smaller. they drop this. Alright, look at that. Nebby feet out for free. Crazy. In this economy? Alright. Their dog's just out there. I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much every single Pokemon there. You know. It's not like I'm particularly singling them out. Alright. You know what? I might do. Just a bit more like a licky tongue. I might bring their arms up a little bit more. Just so the pose doesn't look so... Just so it gives it a little bit more than just standing there. Alright. Something like this. Alright. Nebby's T-pose. God, they will set their dominance. Alright. That looks like it just wants uppies. Uh-huh. I mean, isn't that what all of everyone wants, right? Everyone wants the uppies. This would be... bit more like this angle, I think, just to match this one as well. All right. this. Alright. And I guess what I did, it goes a bit more up when we go in. Alright, there we go. The post is given kids standing at the foot of your bed at 3 AM. Mama just threw up. It's okay, the Nebby's got this, right? They'll be okay. Alright. Technically they have this, but I feel like I might erase that line afterwards. And just use color. Alright, it's a bit higher up. Flower. One thing about this smudge tool though, it sometimes annoys me, like you can see how sharp it is, but the moment I like move things around a little bit for the liquefy, you can see it like becomes blurry. I feel like that's one thing. But sometimes when I see it, I'm like, just have to almost redraw over it every time. This should shift a little bit that way. Right. There we go. I feel like I don't have to make this line too strong. I can always use color for that afterwards as well. I wish Liquefy Transform would stop fighting back. But you know, it is what it is, guys. That's why I feel like for liquefy, I definitely use it more during sketches rather than anything else. Because once you start using it outside of sketches and like for proper line art, it does reduce the quality quite a lot. So I try not to use it after. I just use it to make sure my proportions and everything are good. And Johan, thank you for the little dancing hearts dog. And the hydration check, everybody hydrate. Let's see how it looks so far. That's pretty cute. I would actually say for this part, I think I would. Okay, make that flow a little bit better. Same as this. This has to move down slightly. Alright, maybe something like that. Alright, I'm just gonna create another layer on top so I can just make sure I get this kind of right. How's this? Alright, that kind of makes sense. It gives the same vibe as a kid coming up after eating candy to show the color of their tongue. Alright, maybe for this eye. Oh. Move it in a little bit. Okay. There we go. I feel like this is I feel like this works. Alright, now to do some quick colors for the Nebby as well. Come on. Whoop. Wrong one. No gaps, no gaps. Okay, easy. Nice feel. Alright. I feel like with the Pokemon, when they do shades of these colors, they don't actually go too dark on it. Alright, maybe even lighter than that. Too light. Okay, something like that might work. Alright, direction of light comes from this way. So we just everything here. You know, I'll create a new layer and just clip it onto this. Alright, this would be in shadow. That's in shadow. This is in shadow. This little bit's in shadow. You know what? Okay. Might use this brush instead. Okay, this is in shadow. This here's in shadow. This is in shadow. This little bit here's in shadow. Shadow, shadow. Not shadow, a little bit of shadow here. What? We can a little bit here. This can cast a little shadow there. Sides in shadow. Just a bit more here. A little shadow cast under there. Have you done many digital painting pieces before? A lot. I've done a a lot. Only thing is, unfortunately I can't show them, but I have definitely done a lot of digital painting. Right. Now let's get my blending brush. It might get a bit smaller, but press a bit harder. Yeah. Okay, even smaller than that. I feel like for the Pokemon style of blend, it's kind of like where you can see the texture of the blend, but it is still on the smoother side. So I'm not trying to blend it in fully. Like, I want this kind of blend. I'm not trying to, like, say here. I'm not trying to get a perfect blend like this where I just keep working until it's a perfect gradient. I kind of want a bit more of the harsher lines. This is gonna take me so long to actually finish, but it's good practice. Oops. It's the 15. All right. Then this one. Blend his little arms, fingers. Might blend this one a little bit more. And under the tongue would kind of cast the shadow. Sometimes it's hard to remember that harsher lines are often nice in art and not everything needs to be smooth. Yeah, if everything becomes too smooth as well, I feel like a lot of times it can also make everything look too flat as well. I really like Ken Sugimori's coloring style. It just looks so nostalgic. I suck at recreating it though. I mean, it's just, I guess, practice as well. Like anything, but definitely looking at a lot of the old Pokemon coloring styles, very iconic. Alright, that's the base color for the Nebby. I might blend this in a tiny bit more. Okay. Alright. Create another layer on top. Let's make it a bit smaller. I could... You know what? I'm pretty sure I can just do this. And it might still work. There we go. Work smarter, not harder. Or whatever they say. gonna pick this. Bump the color up even more. I feel like a lot of times they tend to have like quite a bright highlight on their foreheads. Might get a bit bigger here. What I might even go a shade brighter in the very middle here. Almost like a little love heart. But I still want to keep that texture on it. What I might do as well, might try lighten that nose area as well, just so it comes forward a little bit. Haven't been able to catch a stream for a bit, but thank you for these lovely art streams, no problem. Thank you for popping by, I appreciate it. Alright, you know what? This highlight. Might just do a few other highlights here. A little bit there, a little bit here. Quick blend. Doesn't have to be the smoothest. Alright, so I'll blend this a bit more there. Don't want it too obvious on the belly. Alright. What color is this? Okay, it is. Add in the eyes. Alright, then pick a brighter purple. And I think we just go almost straight up, just white. There we go. Look at that. I would say though, because I have that, I am going to erase this. They're more like guidelines. But I don't think they really show the lines in the eyes for Pokemon. I think one other thing they do is have like a faint little bit of color around the shine as well. All right. Still want their little markings. Let's see if I can color in the line this time. It's so nice to see your method of coloring, since that's something I struggle with as a black and white artist. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I guess this is generally what I do, but sometimes for different art pieces, even or digital, I may change up how I render or how I color and use different layers, depending on what kind of effect I'm trying to get. Oh, can't forget. This forehead. What brush are you using? At the moment, I'm literally just using the basic Clip Studio Paint G pen brush. But for the line art, I use, it's called a realistic G pen, because it does give a bit of texture. You can see when I draw lines, versus if I just use this, it's a bit too smooth. I kind of like using this brush called Realistic G Pen. But when I'm coloring, it's just all, yeah. Alright. Textured brushes are always so fun, yeah. I feel like they definitely give a little bit more like personality to everything. But I guess that's just personal preference. Some people like the super clean kind of line art look as well. Do you use vector layers or raster? I just use raster. I don't really use vectors much. I mean, I guess they could be helpful if you want to edit your work a lot, but yeah. Just for me, sometimes I feel like they're a bit troublesome to use, or like they can be a bit finicky with vectors. What's the difference between the two? So for vectors, it pretty much is like every stroke you make is like a line of code. So how can I show this? I make a layer mask. New. All right, let me try this. Make a new vector layer. I haven't used this in a while. Is that it? Operation. Okay, so pretty much right now, because I've created a new vector layer and drew a line, I can kind of like change it around. And it shouldn't lose its quality. If you, because pretty much this is like, it's telling the program, okay, yeah, these are all the dot points that make up the line, and that's it. And so you can do a lot of different things like this, where I can make this part thicker here, make this part thicker, stuff like that. And like you're able to, I guess, have a little bit more. Okay, you can see here actually. This pretty much when I hover over it, it shows all of the different points that are making up this line right now, and then I can kind of go in and change it. It's kind of like playing with the pen tool or line tool in Photoshop. So you do have a bit more editing stuff, but then at the same time, like say if I erase some different stuff, you can see how it kind of changes sometimes a little bit as well. Like, yeah, it's a little finicky when you want some precise lines, but you can edit stuff as well. So that's kind of the difference. That's a vector layer. It creates like a bunch of dots and uses maths equations, versus just a normal layer is I can draw, but I can't edit it. But you know, I can do this and it's fine. Yeah, but yeah, personally I don't really use, once again, I don't really use vector layers. They can come in handy, but yeah. I just, for me personally, I'll just prefer to redraw the line than play around with everything. Because to me at least, I feel like it's a bit faster as well. Just quickly redrawing something than having to switch to a bunch of different tools. I only learned how to even turn my canvas in the last art stream. Honestly though, if you go into the hotkey settings, like for Clip Studio Paint, so literally every single hotkey I use, like turn in, undoing turn, zooming out, switching my brushes and everything I have is literally custom. It's just, I always set it a specific way just for myself. But yeah, it's about just what's comfortable for me. Like my line art tool is if I press Z, that's my line art tool. If I press X, that's my eraser tool. C, so it's kind of like going down the bottom of a keyboard, is my blending tool. V is just my move tool. B, I don't really use, but that's like a secondary brush. And then A, you know, A's to clip things to the layer below it. And then, you know, I've got a lot of shortcuts, but they're all custom to me. Like, they're not the shortcuts that Clip Studio comes with. I just change everything to what I was used to. Because I used to have all my custom shortcuts when I used to use Paint Tool Sci. And so when I started using Clip Studio, I just, because I was so used to drawing with my normal shortcuts, I had to change every hotkey in Clip Studio so that it would work better for me as well. that. Welcome in everyone as well. Okay, you know what, here, even though technically I don't think there should be much shadow here since it's kind of up. Kind of is just to balance out this side. I think it looks okay with a bit of shadow. Is the blend brush a CSP default one? It is not a CSP default. It is one that I've just customized myself. I took what did I take? I took one of the existing ones and then I just changed off the settings of it. It's still not quite how I like it versus like how I had my blending brush in Psy. But it's kind of close enough. But yeah, that's just a custom one as well. It's hard to find a good one, I agree. That's one thing that I did struggle a little bit with. Alright, so let me grab this color. Okay. See this, I'll grab a slightly darker color to go on the bottom. Bit of all of these, then I'll get a slightly lighter color to dot all of these with. And a little bit of blend in. So it's a bit more. There we go. And then I will grab a much lighter color. You know what? Still not light enough. Kinda like Chikorita, yeah. Kinda like that. With these. There we go. Nice little shiny things. Alright. This also. Alright, I'm not sure if you guys can hear the plane flying overhead. Don't forget to stretch your wrist. You know what? Good point. Everybody. Ooh, that was a crack. Stretch out your wrist. Hello, Naz. How's it going? Alright. That's such a loud plane. I know. It is. Alright, I'm gonna pour myself more tea as well. Keep hydrated, guys. Alright, okay, this is like a 3-tone color. So I'm going to lock this in. Alright. I'm just pretty much following the shade of where everything else is. Guess for this, might put it on the outside a bit more as well. And then for the blending brush, I guess I'll blend this a little bit more than what we've done previously. Alright. A little bit of blending. Then get even the darker color. Blend this out. Alright. Just on the very edges here. Oh. Are we doing all mascots today, or would this be a series? Definitely a series. Looking at the time so far, I would not have the time to get through all the mascots today. Maybe we can do, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 more after this. Let's see how the time goes as well. But, yeah, I don't think we can get through everything today. Alright. This definitely has a... Alright, for this, I guess, has a very peculiar, I guess a very particular kind of pattern towards it. Which I might try, emulate the colors of. And hello, Junonia. How's it going? What's this kind of Causes 3 here a bit more. Bit more like this. A little bit of a shine. 2 dots there. Maybe I'll make this a little less bright. Alright, maybe 1 dot. Alright. That definitely stands out a little bit. Alright, let's just quickly add a little bit of shade underneath there. Alright, what is the inside of... I know the tongue color is here. But I wonder what this color is. Okay, I might have to check. What does the inside of Nayu's mouth look like again? What color is it? Is it also purple? The light purple? Okay. It's a lavender color. Okay, okay. For now. Alright, blend this out. Guess it has a little bit of a shine. Alright, make this. Alright. Let's make this slightly darker. Just for the inside here. Alright, it's kind of like this, right? Maybe. It seems either poison or psychic. I feel like it could be both, right? A poison, psychic type. Alright, I might make that a bit darker, to be honest. I think it looks a little too bright. There we go. I might make... Alright, blend this out a little bit more. Did he do another mascot? No. This is the first one I'm doing. It is definitely taking a little while to do them. So this is the first one. Right, I know this has like kind of glow to it as well. Nebula. Reduce that a little bit. All right. Cool. That's a nice glow effect there. Mm-hmm. Alright, wonder if I can add something like this to the eyes. Maybe not. I do kind of want to add, I'm just looking at the Pokemon references I have. And a lot of the Pokemon references, I feel like they always use one kind of contrasting or like one kind of color that pops out, just to highlight certain points. Like a lot of times there'll be like a yellow somewhere, or a red on a green, a yellow on a blue, a red on a yellow, an orange on a blue. Kind of, I guess, you know, I don't know what it would be like, but for example, they would like put this as yellow or something. Have some kind of marking where it kind of it's like that kind of 10% or 5% of contrasting color to it. Which I feel like we could technically do with this kind of color that they already use. I just gotta figure out where to put it to give it a little bit more pop. On the... I mean, I guess with this, brighten it up. If I just did that, you know what? That might work actually. If we do the opposite. Have it glow a bit like this. Maybe on one side of this as well. That kind of works. I feel like that helps things pop out a little bit more. You know what? Yeah. I would just also brighten this up. Just so it kind of comes through a little more. I wonder what their shiny form would look like. Good question. Wait, is... What about the tip of the tail? That is kind of true. They do use this kind of color on the very tip. You know what? We can try that. To be more desaturated and brighter. There we go. It gives it a kind of glow, or a different color there. Where did I put this one? Might actually brighten the top of this a little bit more. Oh, a bit too much. There we go. Can't stay long, I ain't going to a wedding but have fun, no problem, Ken. Thank you so much for the 4 months of friendship. Welcome back and have fun at the wedding. Enjoy yourself, stay safe. Alright, I feel like in terms of Pokemon design as well, they all kind of have like little nostrils that I might just put in. Just because it seems like all of the Pokemon I'm looking at do have nostrils as well. They're not mouth breathers. It's okay. They breathe in well. Well, you guys are horn breathers, you know. You're not mouth breathers either. It's okay. Horn breathers are by far the quietest breathers, okay? It's like a snorkel. It kind of is like a snorkel. Very true. Alright, I feel like this is kind of cute. I feel like we did pretty good job here. I would say this is... Yeah, there we go. Nebbies are done. Honestly, I feel like if anything, maybe... potentially I could make these little stripes a bit thicker. Instead of keeping them a bit more subtle, I could thicken them up. That might be. You know what? Let me just make a copy here. Just in case. But feel like doing this, because I feel like Pokemon normally have like very big details rather than having small complex details that kind of stand out for the design. Alright, let's try this again. They do, except sometimes in the most evolved form, yeah. Yeah, I guess in evolved forms they definitely get more complex and more badass looking. But all of these mascots definitely first evolution mascots. Just let me clean up some of these dots here. Alright, just that one. Get the darker color. Alright, I feel like that stands out more. I do like that more. Compared to this one. Now this one seems a little naked. Yeah, I feel like this unifies it a little bit better with the thicker. Alright, you know what? I feel like that's done for the Nebbies. At least as far as I can kind of see. Alright, we have a Nebby done. First one. I'm not sure. We might do maybe one more, I guess. I guess we can, for today, let's say we can do about 2. Maybe 2 every stream. Otherwise, I don't want to rush these ones as well. I feel like we can certainly take our time on it. But there we go. We have a Nebby True, it did almost take 2 hours. Yeah, it was about... Yeah, took a while. Alright, wait, when did we start? 8:30. Yeah, it did take a little bit of time, but then at the same time, I'm not trying to rush these things. It's I don't know, there's something about also like just seeing the line art and suddenly seeing the color added into it is always a cool kind of process as well. Did you start immediately? No, we started stream half an hour late, so normally we were meant to start at 8 today, but it was started at 8:30 and then we talked a bit, so yeah, it did almost take 2 hours. But there we go. I feel like it's close enough to like a Pokemon-ish rendering. Alright, there we go. I guess the next one is... It's like the starter Pokemon. The next one is... the Cinder Buns. Alright, thankfully, I already have all of the Cinder Bun reference on my computer. There we go. Cinder Buns. Alright. I do like the color contrast between the two. Alright, this is looking definitely more like a typical Japanese mascot rather than like a Pokemon-ish kind of thing. So I feel like we can play around with the designs quite a bit for the Cinder Buns as well. Alright. Is there any Pokemon that the Cinder Buns remind you of? I feel like that was actually pretty good. All of your suggestions for the Nebbies, I kind of used them. What kind of Scrow Bunny? Scrow Bunny. What is a Scrow Bunny? Oh, this one. Oh, Scourge Bunny. Well, it still came up when I typed it in. Okay, that's cute. Okay. Raichu for but okay, I can see that. Right, I love Raichu. Raichu's always so cute. I love Raichu. Minor spelling mistake. Fido, kind of. Oh, that's the dog one, right? Okay, kind of cute as well. Would it be fire type? 100%. Yeah. Cinder Buns are fire type. Alcremie. And what is an Alcremie? Sounds familiar somehow. Alcremie. Oh. It's just cream and strawberry cream. Baneri. Okay. And Pormot. I remember Pormot. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see. Definitely something we can definitely use the Pormot kind of Raichu-ish body. That would make sense. Torchic if you squint your eyes. Alright. what? Maybe the eyes of a Torchic or something. Alright, you know what? So let me save these references now. I feel like we got enough pretty good references for this as well. It's kind of interesting for my for my notes app, when I paste in PNGs, they actually become a PNG as well. Like they still have the transparent backgrounds. Alright. Cool, we've got out. Oh. I wonder, you know, for the team, for the Pokemon team that like names of the Pokemon in English, I feel like it must be such a fun job. Literally, all they're doing is trying to make whatever puns with all the Pokemon they see. Their job is literally just to make puns about all of them. Alright, here we go. Back to... You know what? Let me stretch out my hands first. Alright, I can definitely see... okay. Okay, I definitely see the... Okay, the head... the body. Alright. The face kind of reminds you of the Denny? Why does that sound familiar? Who is that? Which Pokemon is that? Oh. Oh, this... Oh, that's a cute Pokemon. Alright. Oh. Oh, I think my VTube is... Okay. Might have to relaunch VTube Studio. It kind of froze and ditched. Alright. It's okay. I disappeared. I'll be back. It's like you can still hear my voice. Oh wait, no, I'm back. There we go. Alright, how am I going to do this? Alright, we from back here. A nice little cow. And hello Tam, how's it going? From up here. We want to add a little bit of flair to it. A little bit of although that might get a bit tricky with the fire. I'm busy lacking sleep. Also, which art style do you use for the mascot? We're kind of going like Pokemon-esque kind of styles. We did the Nebulas already. I'm not sure if we want to might brighten up the Nebulas a little bit. Who knows, we could play with levels afterwards. But for now, guess I'll figure out the ears afterwards. Alright, in terms of eyes, they can still definitely have their circular eyes. Oh. It's so cute. Alright. Noses. This looks like a nose a Pokemon would have. How can we make... I feel like this has to be like... maybe like that. Like a more standout feature of it. There we go. Like Sword and Shield Meowth? How does the Sword and Shield Meowth look like? Sword and Shield Meowth. Oh, this one. Kind of like that, but I guess, you know, a little different. I just want to make you know what? Maybe we can make it extra fluffy. These aren't its arms, by the way. Is it waving? What's it doing? I don't know what it's doing, but it's cute. Just living its best life. Alright. Let's make the back a little straighter than the front. I love how chubby they are. Alright, Don't make fun of their chubbiness. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying how cute it is, okay? I wasn't making fun of them. Alright, how am I going to... do the ears? How does Pokemon Fire look like? Alright, who has fire? Charmander's tail. Charmander. The ears could be something like Mega Low Punnies. What is that? Mega Low Punny. Oh. I think we can have it slightly different. Alright, maybe something like this. fire shape can be like magma's head. Magma. Ooh. Okay, that's a pretty good reference, maybe. Just like in out. Alright. I feel like I can't add the most details with this. Not sure if we can add. Can we add to? Not sure if there's space to add to. Maybe for now I keep it as 1. And then we will see. I have no knowledge of Pokemon, so I'm simply sitting here watching and uttering cute and adorable. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not like 100% Pokemon, it's more like inspired, you know? Right, I guess it can have like a gem on its head, right? I think we'll just treat this more like just a gem that decided to be there, rather than jewelry. You know, I feel like that actually kind of works. I don't want to make it too complicated, but just as it is, I feel like actually not that bad. Kind of like this design without straying too much from the original design, but definitely making it feel a lot more. Yeah, I feel like this is working. I like it. I really love how fluffy they look, yeah. I tried to give it more of the fluffiness as well. Alright. You keep remembering Patamon? I guess because Patamon has big ears as well, right? Nice fluffy ears. Alright, you know what? I think this is the one. Got it right on the first try. Alright. Already had Terriermon. Ooh, wait. Which one's Terriermon? Is that the greenish one? Or am I thinking of something else? Now I'm kind of curious. Let me search this up. Terriermon. Oh, it is, yeah, the greenish one. Mm-hmm. Alright, there we go. I got it right. Your voice is soothing. I'm glad you like it. Alright. Here we go. It really is. It's lovely to wake up to this in the morning. Aw, on the adventurous. So sweet. Why is my line not smooth? Alright, there we go. Can I thin this out a little bit? One to bean, another two. An arm. Do you have pen stabilizer on, or is your hand that steady? I have it very low. Out of 100, I have my pen stabilizer on 4. It's not like, you know, as you can kind of see. I don't really like putting stabilizer on, because then it's hard to change direction and do everything. So I normally don't really use pen stabilization. Oop. Where'd it go? There we go. It's circular enough. I feel like it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, no. Alright. Nope. Just trying to see what shape I like the best for it. I'm not exactly following the guideline. I'm just kind of using it as a rough idea of placement. You are a great artist like Picasso. Annabelle, thank you for the 5 months of friendship. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. It just reminds me of the, I like it, Picasso. I feel like, especially for things like this, if I had the stabilizer on right now, it would be much harder, I think, to draw those kind of things. I need a certain shape or direction. like. Let me try it, actually. Alright, so let me turn stabilization to 100. You can... you kind of see how slow it gets. It's kind of like chasing up to my pen. When I do it. Versus, you can see how quick like this is if I want to change it anyway. Alright, I think the line art is done. Alright. One. Circle it. Boink. Alright, there we go. And Yukino, thank you so much for the 5 gifted fishies. Yosh, yosh, there's your head pats. If you got a gifted fishy, make sure to thank Yukino. And take your fishies on walks every single day. But I appreciate it, thank you. Alright. How am I gonna do this? Huh. Is there a Pokemon that has like... I feel like there's not very many gradients in a Pokemon. Like there's normally quite a big separator between the colors. Is there any Pokemon that has like a gradient to it? Let's see. Looking through the Pokemon. The new goldfish? Wait, what's the new goldfish called? I have no idea about all of the new Pokemon names. Terrestrial form Terrapegus. Okay, thank you for that. Let me search that. Terrestrial form Terrapegus. Oh my god. This is just a rainbow. Okay, it does have great. Okay, you know what? Okay, that is a good example. I might make the... Okay. Oh, and Angel, thank you so much for joining the Power of Love and Friendship. Welcome in. Remember to grab a pet fishy on your way in. But welcome. Thank you for joining us. maybe I should do this bit separate, but we can form this same as the face. Let's try and blend it out a bit more. Alright, trying to blend it out while still leaving some of those kind of textured blending lines there, so it's not fully smooth. Right. You can try looking up Chiyu. Pokemon. Okay, I mean, this has a gradient, but it's more like a flat color gradient. Like, not really a smooth gradient. Alright, makes sense. Alright. I think that's a pretty good color for this shadow. Alright, shadow here. Shadow under here. A little bit of shadow here. It's starting to look tasty now. Don't think you're meant to eat the Cinder buns. Although I guess they are magical bread. Aren't they Milim's failed attempt at making bread? They are, so I don't know, you'd have to ask Milim about that. I take no responsibility on that. Which RAVALLUM mascot do you find looks the tastiest? I mean, Cinder Buns are technically... Oh wait. Cinder Buns and Rhizos. Cinder Buns and Rhizos are... technically, like, actual food, right? One's a cupcake, one's bread. You know what? No. I think I'm gonna leave this without the shade in there. Just so it's a bit brighter on the face. Dewdrops because they're water? That is true. Aren't we filled with snacks? I mean, you guys are mochi texture, but you guys are also indestructible. So if anything... you guys could potentially become like, almost like gum. You know, someone could try and chew on you, but it's not really gonna work. Because they'd be chewing, but they can't actually bite through, so it's kind of like gum, you know? Alright, let's see. Apply this. I feel bad for whoever ingests us, we may be stuck in their throat. Look, if anyone tries to eat you guys, that's on them, okay? If they choke, that's on them for trying to eat you guys. You don't have to worry about that. How it feels to chew 5 gum. Exactly. Wait, did everyone get those commercials? Or was that... You know, sometimes I can't tell if like some products are like... just meant to be like an Aussie thing, or if it's like around the world kind of thing. Anyone else had 5 gum? Okay, you got 5 gum, okay. I used to peel the foil and decorate journals. Oh. I guess that was those ads were pretty successful in terms of like, I felt like at one point me and my gym buddy were quitting it all the time. Especially like when we would lift super heavy and we're like, oh man, we're dying. then someone would be like, and that's how it feels to chew 5 gum. I don't know why we kept saying that, but it just got stuck in our heads. Then red to the cow. I wonder if I try something like this. Alright, kind of looks like it blends there. Get more. You know, I feel like this, maybe because I am also using like higher evolutions as a reference, kind of like using Raichu and Pormot and stuff. I feel like this doesn't look like a basic evolution. Kind of looks like second or last evolution. Alright, decided to turn the blush into some markings instead. Alright, how does this go? Alright. Fire. Okay, that kind of looks like Pokemon Fire. How do I? Right, a little bit more detail on it. And just this goes on the other side. Alright. What art style is this? Kind of Pokemon-ish, I would say. Oh, and Nana, thank you so much for the gifted fishy. I appreciate it. Head pats. Yosh, yosh. There we go. But if you got a gifted fishy, remember to thank Nana and take your fishies on walks every single day. I guess we can add a little bit more yellow. There we go. That's a little bit more. Let me just do this shade in here. maybe something like this works better as a gradient. Alright, I do like that better. You know what, I might also just bring this down a little further. It really looks like an evolution when they're next to each other. Yeah. It definitely does. Alright, let's add a little bit of shade in here. Shade in there. All right, for the eyes. Wait, what just happened to that? Alright. I could use a bigger one. Alright, this one as well. Okay, same thing I did before. Just going to You know what's a bit like what was it? Gorge Bunny. I might add a little bit of like a yellow in the eye as well. almost to give that fire reflected feel. Oh, and then we've got the little gem. Right. Right around the outside. This, and a little bit of shade. Grab this. There. Maybe a little bit more. The fire on the ears looks similar to Milem's veil. Yeah, that was kind of the idea of it as well. I do. No, maybe that's a bit better. Alright, I'll keep it like that. Wonder if I add a tiny bit of a backlight to it. Have it look a little less flat there. Maybe as a finale, after you draw all mascots, you can do their Pokeballs. I guess potentially we could do something like that. Alright, let me just... and a little bit of shadow here. I feel like just a kind of blends in a little more. And hello Nina, how's it going? Ooh, what color should the nose be? Brown, like the eyes. Guess a brown nose kind of fits if it's... what if it's this color? Maybe a bit darker than that color. Oh. Alright. Thank God I always save it. I don't know why it crushes there, but like... I always have a habit after like literally every kind of like tiny milestone I always press Control S. So thankfully we are okay. Like I'll draw that, like I'll fill that in and then I'll hit Control S anyway.
Snatches?
And Johan, thank you so much for the hydration check. Beautiful work. Thank you. It's not giving that reflection that I want. At least it's not quite. Alright, a little better. And hello Jade, how's it going? Okay, I kind of like that. Especially zooming out. A little bit there. Alright, I think we are almost done. You know what? Let me I'll do the Pokemon big highlight. Alright. There we go. May I ask what application you're using? I am using Clip Studio Paint EX. Alright, a little bit of a little highlight there, and a little highlight. Alright, I think there we have it, guys. We have the Cinder Buns as a another one. Put them there. Alright, there we go. Firefighting and poison psychic. I agree. I feel like that kind of suits them. Mm-hmm. You got Picasso shaking in his boots. Alright, that is you know what? There we go. I feel like they turned out pretty well. I would say they're definitely Pokemon-esque. Why must the mascots be designed to be so edible? Good question. But yeah. Alright, I think that is probably gonna be it for today. Orange and grape jelly? Yep, that makes sense. Nebby's gonna lick Cinder Bun Flame. Forbidden Flame. I don't think the Nebby should do that. They're so cute, I would love to have their Pokemon cards. You know what? Maybe someday in the future we could add them like into a mock RAVALLUM cards. I'll do like a little bit of a background and stuff and have them as little RAVALLUM TCG cards. Was just liking today, but they came out beautifully. Your process feels very stepwise and really easy to follow. I'm glad you guys could follow it as well. But yeah, there we go. Alright, you know what? Let me take a screenshot of this. Where's my sparkles? There we go. 1 second. All right. Where am I putting this? In my to post on Twitter folder. All right. Move my drawing tablet out of the way for now. There we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the art stream. Very chill. Alright, but yeah, that is going to be it for today. Do not forget, tomorrow we are playing Bloody Painter Dating Sim. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have no idea what it's about, but we will see. That reminds me, I should download that game. I need to purchase that game as well, so I can play it. But I hope you guys had fun with a bit of art. Once again, trying to do my best to add a bit more art into streams as well. You know, I feel like it's a slightly different vibe. It's nice and relaxed and kind of chill. You guys can work, it's almost like there's work with me streams, you know? Well, I just work on art. You guys can be doing your own work as well, whether that's art or anything else. But yeah. Alright, okay, I think that is it for me for today. I almost fell asleep. Well, I mean, these kind of streams are good to relax to as well. Alright, I believe Zanny is streaming at the moment. What is Zanny doing? Ooh, I think it's hand cam. Okay, he's got some charcuterie board happening. Alright, he has hand cam. Okay, I'm gonna send you off to Zanny for today, guys. Remember to read his rules before you comment if you're new there as well. Alright. But there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. I will see you tomorrow for some bloody painter dating sim. But until then, have a good rest of your weekend. Remember to hydrate, stretch, treat yourself, and all of that. A big up to an Oni, FVS in chat. And until our next adventure, adventurers, roll out. Bye bye.